us youth suffered from terrible mental illnesses. Many of us still enduring parental issues, stress, anxiety, self issues, and so many to name. I don't really know what's the specific reasons behind, but all I know is we have different situations, different plates to clear up a mess. So when I entered college and new university last semester, I was anxious of what should I do or what should I react to these new people around. I was afraid to make a mistake from everything because they say, and I always knew, that college is very, very different from high school. I thought that in college, everything needs to be perfect. Because when I was in senior high school, college students always hate us for being immature. They said that they have gone through that age, but they didn't overreact like we did and become OA like other senior high schools, especially on social media. And supposedly, we are college students. We should act maturely and accordingly like them. So every time I walk past in front of some college students, I bow my head for me not to meet their gazes because I was afraid of their judgments. When I entered college life, my will to study started to fade or lose because at some point, I'm not yet used to my routine and I grumpily wanted to go out of school already. I am still adjusting to the things that are new to me. So, I started to fail my scores at some of my subjects, which is very unusual because I know myself. But luckily, I always passed the cut-off grades, and right after, I never stopped thinking, why am I like this? Why am my mind still thinking past negative happenings and start comparing myself to others? So, checking on our mental health is very important and okay to do. By that particular time, I become selfish. I only lean on myself. But suddenly, for some time, I realized that I can't stand it alone. So, I have this unexpected ate from the church I was attending to every Sunday. So, she became my support system. And she said that there is always a way out. Try to refocus your attention to something bigger that you've always dreamed of since the beginning. Having a good company, even one, two, or three only, as long as they are supporting you, guiding you from every decisions you make, and as long as that they are good on your whole being, and that's fine. So, I tried their advice, starting from myself, obviously. I dissected all my vulnerabilities and weaknesses from that particular situation I am in. Reflect and realize that all of those were petty things that drives myself for so long in pain and in fear. So I tried to pamper myself with good movies, good foods, to de-stress myself and bringing back the old me who's productive and creative by making arts and crafts, which I've always done before. And I wanted you to know that all of us have our own ways of de-stressing ourselves because only ourselves knows our true self. Only us can improve and strengthen our personality with the help as well of those people who guide us through. After that, I feel a lot better than before. I tried to be active again in class after I transferred from my previous school. Taking risks, trying new things is not actually a bad thing. It is a way of revealing bigger opportunities. Even I'm a regular student and have different batch of classmates for every subject, even so, it is not a problem to me anymore, and I actually enjoying it. In addition, we can use social media as a platform of sharing positive energy instead of negativity. Serve its right purpose by communicating very inspirational stories and encouraging words to save those who are lost in the dark, spark a little light to them, to see hope in every struggles that they encounter. Thank you for listening.
I was an uncut piece of dribble before, a child full of wonder, questions, curious about everything that comes my way. But as I grow, I began to notice that the world is shaping me. They began to cut and furnish me, try to mold me the way they think, act, and speak. Those things burden me. I asked God if this is the destiny He wants for me. The Creator answered me, and I was moved by Him. I started focusing my eyes on Him, leaving behind the things that slows me down. The cuts given to me were painful, but it became the source of my strength to move forward little by little. And I know that progress, no matter how little the steps may be, is still a progress, because God does not see the quantity of our actions, but the desires of our hearts.